Good morning, all of you, and a happy new year to all of you. We have started with a lot of good news on all the fronts under the dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Dr. Ram Das ji, Shri Rajendran ji, Dr. Raja Shekhar ji, Dr. Purnima ji, all the other scientists of NIOT who are present in this function, all the other distinguished officers and members of the Chennai Port Trust involved with this function, and other distinguished guests, friends from the media. It's a very happy moment for me and also a very satisfying moment. When I look towards this side, so I get a glimpse of Sagar Nidhi. And Sagar Nidhi is the ship on which I, along with many of my journalist friends, I think 2-3 years back, I had spent more than 24 hours in the ocean and had seen from the closest of quarters how things work inside the ship as far as scientific research is concerned, because this ship probably has a capacity of availing the services of almost 25-30 scientists. It has labs inside it and all types of scientific explorations. I could have a feel of all that. So it's a very satisfying experience to say hello to Sagar Nidhi after a long time. And then when I look back, I can see the launch of or the dedication of Sagar Anveshika for the country. I fondly remember that the twin of this ship, Sagar Tara, it was probably the December of 2018, if I am not wrong, and I was particularly told that for the dedication of that ship, you need a woman to perform the puja, and it has to be dedicated by a woman. And so in that program in Kolkata, I was accompanied by my wife because the department persuaded me to bring her, and she had in fact performed the puja for Sagar Tara. And the same company which had in fact worked some Tikam, that's I think Titagarh Wagons Limited. They had in fact planned the construction and the development of that ship, and I am told that the Sagar Anveshika is also done by them. So first of all, let me congratulate my department, because now they have this so many good coastal research vessels, and the main ones like Sagar Nidhi, Manjusha, Sagar Kanya, Sagar Sampada, and of course now today added is Sagar Anveshika, and 2 years back we had this Sagar Tara also. So it's a great moment, because Ministry of Earth Sciences I feel has been doing an exemplary job. It's not only in the oceans but otherwise also for all the research and all the forecasting around weathers, climate, tsunamis, and things that sometimes happen inside the oceans. And the history of the last at least 6 years, which I have followed closely, shows that we have been so accurate in our forecasts, and most of the cyclones and other tragedies that could have become very big, they were predicted very well in time, sometimes even 10 days to 2 weeks earlier, and the government and the administration in the respective states and the districts got ample time and ample opportunity to take care of all the precautions so that the lives of people could be protected, their sources of livelihood, their houses could be protected, and this is all what we have seen. I don't want to get into the specifics or the nitty-gritty of all those, starting from Hudhud to the ones that we have seen in the recent past. But the department has done an exemplary job. So I must congratulate them for that. Weather forecasting, we are right now considered to be amongst the top 3-4 nations. Maybe America, England or Japan may be slightly better than us in terms of weather forecasting. We already have a 10 petaflop high performance computing facility, which we intend to improve up to 40 petaflop in the coming years. We are already, through this weather forecasting capability, helping over 43 million farmers, and these 43 million farmers, when they get a small text message from the Ministry of Earth Sciences and particularly the meteorology people, they plan all their activities inside their farms, when to sow and so many, and then scientifically it has been proven that it gives an impact which is almost 50 times of what we have invested to get those predictions. What we invested in 10 petaflop facility, if we compare it with what is the positive gain in the GDP of the country that is produced because of the improvement that the farmers can exercise in their own activities, it's almost like 50,000 crores positive impact in the GDP. So every time we see that there is an improvement, whether it is seismology, planning of microzonation of the cities, doing the research around the causes of earthquakes, and maybe some early warnings if we can really give about the earthquakes, or whether it is about the weather forecasting, and new models and new apps have been developed which give real-time information to the people of this country without in fact paying anything. When we talk of the oceans, then we are always reminded of the devastating tsunami of 2004, and all of us remember that the whole country was caught unaware at that time when we had that tsunami. And today, and we don't want to remind the countrymen about how many people lost their lives, how many people lost their houses, and it was a tragedy of a very big magnitude. Now when we talk or look back and see how much our scientists have been able to develop, so we can very proudly say, and when we say we mean it, and we have actually delivered at that level, that we are amongst the top. We are the best nation in the whole world predicting or giving early warnings for a tsunami, and where we have never given a false warning. People tell me, my scientists tell me, even Japan gives a false warning, but India has never given a false warning. That's the record. And because of this early warning system being generated through the help of our INCOIS in Hyderabad, aided by all the scientists, whether in Chennai or other places, who are working for oceans, because all the data and information that are compiled at different places, they are all collated together and then they are converted into results which will help the people. If I come back to the oceans, just now I was told that now we have a capability where we are developing this capability where three people, three scientists can go inside deep, even beyond 3000 meters, that's beyond 3 kilometers. They can be there for almost 16 hours, but normally it's like 6 hours of going and doing some research, 3-4 hours, and then coming back. And if there is an emergency situation, they can be even there for 72 hours or so, and a lot of research. And this facility also, this capability also that we are developing is only available with 3 countries in the world now. It's India, and then Japan, and then Belgium. Am I right? USA also. But anyway, you can look at the whole situation and compare that in a list of 200 countries, only 2-3 countries have been able to develop. This is, I'm talking about this Matsya 6000, where they can go up to 6 kilometers. And he also mentioned about this Samundrayaan. It's called the Samundrayaan, just like the Gaganyaan. In fact, the type of research that will be helped or expedited or supported with the help of another ship added to our fleet of research vessels by Sagar Anveshika is going to help us in a big way in strengthening the and fulfilling the dream of an Atmanirbhar Bharat, about which the Prime Minister has given a clarion call long back, and who has been pursuing this matter and pursuing it at all fronts. It's a total all-inclusive type of approach, and the way we have in fact used the wealth of the oceans, and more particularly in our exclusive economic zones within the ocean, about the ocean being a source of good source of water. It was mentioned that we have, and in fact I had the privilege to inaugurate a few of them in Lakshadweep, the desalination plants, and half a dozen desalination plants which are in the process of coming up. This technology that has been developed by the Ministry of Earth Sciences for converting the sea water with the help of desalination into potable water, and I myself I drank that water, and it's very tasty also, and it's maybe as good as any good potable water that we get. So the ocean being used as a source of water, it was mentioned that through the waves we are trying to generate energy, and we have developed void and other things for that also. Then ocean being developed right now for maybe exploration, at least to be a source of rich source of minerals like manganese, cobalt and nickel, which are so useful now for strengthening the day-to-day many scientific activities which ultimately work for human welfare. There is a big debate going on in the whole world about the environmental and concerns related to nature about it, and of course how to be able to use this enormous scientific wealth in the oceans for the welfare of humankind. So these vessels are going to actually help us in a big way to be able to work and strengthen the research around all these living as well as the non-living resources within the ocean. And I think the Sagar Sampada, I've visited that Kochi place, Kochi thing also, where from where the Sagar Sampada probably operates, and they are all doing with that the research around the living resources inside the ocean and all. So ocean as a source of energy, ocean as a source of water, ocean as a source of food. The type of messages like uh, informing the fishermen about the potential fishing zones, informing the fishermen about the places which are safe for fishing, and then using all of that as a source of food for strengthening economy. So these oceans are a huge source of wealth of all nature, and there is so much that science has been able to do, and there is still so much that needs to be explored. In fact, it is a ocean is a source of knowledge, and just like the depth of the ocean and the height of the skies, there is so much to actually do in that particular, and that is why under the dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister, we are one of the most ambitious programs of the government for the future, for which the detailed working is already in very advanced stage, is to launch a deep ocean mission which will look into all these aspects, strengthen our scientific manpower, strengthen our scientific capabilities, for which we are already in the process, and then also to take the help of big organizations to do it as a big, huge collaborative project of DRDO, ISRO, and people in the IITs and the ISAs and NIT, etc. So this is, I think, a very historic and a satisfying day for me in 2009 to be back to a program of the Earth Sciences Ministry, because 2020 has gone by. 2020 has been an year of you can say COVID-19, but people call it as an year of COVID-19, but I call it as a year of science. I call it as a year of the scientific achievements and accomplishments of the scientists, because I have seen that it was not only the health professionals who worked as corona warriors, but the whole scientific community, whether it belonged to biotechnology, CSIR, or any other department. In their own way, every scientist rose to the occasion, and they solved all the challenges that we faced. They converted challenges into blessings, opportunities, and the way we have seen how we were the first ones in the whole world to literally isolate the virus, start the genome sequencing months back, about which there is so much of talk with this mutation thing in UK and all, and then storing these viruses in the biorepositories, creating our own indigenous kits, which is almost 1 million kits we are doing, establishing our labs from 1 to almost 2,300, and producing everything that we were supposed to be, that we had seen that we were short of, because we were not producing them in the country. Now we are in a stage where we are exporting most of these things. The discovery around the drugs, the discovery around the repurposing of drugs, the science around the development of the vaccine, and we have seen that 2021 has come with an announcement of 2 Indian vaccines being given emergency use authorization. I am in Chennai. Of course, I am doing this function, but I came to Chennai yesterday mainly to be part of the mock drill, to be part of the dry run that had been organized yesterday for the whole country, to ensure that we start giving vaccination to our health workers, frontline workers, and then take it forward in a big way. So, friends, it's I can talk and talk and talk, so much is there to talk, but we are indeed, I would once again express my gratitude on behalf of all of you to our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, who has blessed us beyond, I think, words. Whole of 2020, I have seen him from the closest of quarters, leading from the front, not only leading from the front, adopting a proactive and a preemptive strategy, a graded strategy, thinking beyond, imagining beyond what is actually happening today, what might happen 1 month later, and then adopting a preemptive strategy, a preemptive strike. That is how, because of the sustained and good quality intelligent fight against COVID, we find that India is amongst the nations in the whole world where we can very proudly say we have done better than most of the developed nations of the whole world. Out of almost 1 crore 4 lakh people who suffered from COVID, more than 1 crore have already got back to their homes. The rest are, majority of them are on road to recovery. We had the least fatality rate, 1.45% or so, and our recovery rate has gone beyond 96% now, the highest and the lowest in the whole world in terms of testing, tracing, tracking, creating the health facilities and the care centers and the quarantine centers exclusively dedicated to COVID. We have created at least 2 million beds in the country. So on all the fronts, the country could successfully fight COVID, and we sincerely hope that 2021 is going to give us better news, not only on the vaccination front but also in our fight against COVID, which we feel seems to be in the declining phase, as is evident from the data that is available right now. So I close my address by wishing you all good health, all my good wishes to all of you for the new year, and I am sure that the scientists will put in more and more of efforts, and Sagar Anveshika will certainly contribute a significant lot in the near future. Thank you so much.